With nicotine replacement, the idea is that I quit smoking, but I don't quit using nicotine. So the concept is that if I keep supplying my body with nicotine, it won't miss the cigarettes. And so I'll be delivering nicotine in a way that's healthier for me. And that way I can then gradually taper down the nicotine that I'm using until I totally quit altogether for good. Well, in theory, that's a good theory. That sounds good. The actuality is that you've associated cigarettes with nicotine for however long you've been smoking. Basically, smoking has been your only way of supplying your body with nicotine. You learned how to do it through cigarette smoke. And the other thing I've heard is that if you do take nicotine, if you take all the nicotine in one cigarette and ingest it into your bloodstream, that it would kill you. I don't know how true that is, but that's another thing that I've heard. Okay, so you've associated cigarettes and nicotine since you've been smoking. You've associated nicotine in your body with cigarettes. People who put the patch on don't feel the same as when they smoke a cigarette, because the patch delivers the nicotine to you at a very, very small rate over a period of time, usually a day. Every day you replace that patch because it's out of nicotine. So what happens is that throughout the day when you smoked, you'd ingest a large amount of nicotine, comparatively large, even though it's not a large amount. It's much more than you were taking in before you lit up. So you light up a cigarette, you take in your nicotine. This lasts you for an hour. So you light up another cigarette, you take in your nicotine. This lasts you for an hour or 2 hours, whatever. If you're smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, you're lighting up more than one an hour. But let's just say one an hour. Okay, so you ingest nicotine through the cigarette for a couple minutes, and then that lasts you for an hour. And then you have to do it all over again. So you ingest a quantity of nicotine, you stock up, and then basically now you're good for another hour. You do this throughout the day. Well, if you put the patch on, the nicotine doesn't come to you like that. It comes to you as a gradual trickle. It's almost like you could fill your glass, drink the water, and then set the glass down. An hour later, you could fill your glass, drink your water, and then set the glass down. Or you could just stand by your sink, have the flow of water running very slowly with a straw, and just have that straw that you can drink that water continuously throughout the day. Well, that's a ridiculous example. It doesn't make sense to do things that way, but we do the patch that way because it appears to be more convenient. But people miss that rush of ingesting nicotine. They miss that cigarette. So what they wind up doing is they wind up smoking on top of the patch. The other thing is, if you use the patch and you replace the nicotine with something else, and you do not do anything with your subconscious mind, your subconscious mind is going to tell you, hey, it's time to smoke. And you say, no, I don't need it, I'm using the patch. Well, in an hour, guess what your subconscious mind is telling you? Hey, it's time to smoke. So you say, no, I don't need it, I'm on the patch. So in an hour, guess what your subconscious mind is going to tell you? Hey, it's time to smoke. You say, I don't need it, I'm on the patch. You might be able to do that for an entire day, 2 days, 3 days. It really depends on the person. And it also depends on the amount of cigarettes that they smoke in a day. But you get my drift there, okay? It's like your child comes up to you, pestering you. Daddy, will you play with me? Mommy, will you play with me? And you say, no, I can't, I'm busy right now. Is that the last time you're going to hear from them throughout the day? No, they're going to be back. Can you play with me? No, I can't, I'm busy right now. Can you play with me? No, I can't, I'm busy right now. And you get to the point eventually where you say, yes, I'll play with you, if for no other reason than just to keep the kid quiet so they don't keep bugging you every hour. Again, please don't take it that I'm getting down on you, but what I'm trying to show is that nicotine replacement does not work. And behaviorally and subconsciously, it does not work. People do quit, though, using the patch. People quit using those fake cigarettes that they can puff on. What I'm trying to say is it's not the most effective way to quit smoking.